so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
That is Jalen Brunson showing you how to operate as the ball handler in pick and roll. What a pretty assist.
And Doris, what a breakout for the guard Jalen Brunson these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
In fact, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together. Bridges outside. The teardrop falls in. Bridges got 4 this quarter.
Well, Bridges has this floater in the bag of tricks, and you've got to be able to pull it out at the appropriate time.
And we got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Gata. And stolen by Achua. Now Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Big time slam by Karl Anthony Towns. Love when he's playing with this sort of aggression.
Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
Towns, high post, over Horford, and there's another one for the Knicks.
That's the confidence of Towns. This guy, regardless of situation, believes that shot is going in.
And there's the call on Miles McBride. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Holiday attacking outside White. And it's off from three-point range. The Knicks with the lead. Here's Bridges. He's got 6. Pass to McBride. 6 on the shot clock. And Hart has it in the corner. Bridges inside the three-point line. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So it's the Celtics now. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Brown. Back to Holiday. Brown outside. Outside, White. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball currently, isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And we talk about Derek White, Doris. How impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So both teams making some changes here. Knicks trail by 4. Pass to Shamet. And he's good on the 3 ball. Shamet's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The beauty of Jalen Brunson, you can play him at the 1 or the 2, but we know he's always going to put the pass on time and on target.
Boston shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
Here's Keita, still without a basket. Pass to Hauser. Oh, good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Inside, Towns can be so physical, guys, and that makes him tough to cover.
Here's Pritchard. Drives to the hoop. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
From deep, Brunson. Rebound, Boston. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Horford in the post. This ball movement by Boston. Here's Pritchard. Buries the long-range jumper. Now it's a 6-point Boston lead. Stolen away. Into the lane. Outside, Horford. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Here's Brunson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Holiday. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Add that to the repertoire of moves on the interior. KP doing work.
Anunoby, good.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Celtics leading by 4. Holiday with it. Brown outside. Screen by Porzingis. Back to Brown. 6 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Outside Tatum. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Anunoby. Rebounded by the Celtics. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Here's Bridges. That one misses. Nice D from Porzingis. Left side, Brown. There's the lob to Brown. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, you get a real glimpse of the explosiveness of Jaylen Brown. What a big-time finish.
Outside Holiday. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. Porzingis has got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting. Excellent.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Oh, Jokic with attitude there. Love it.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
And Jokic slams it in.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Buzelis. And it's sent back by Jokic. Down low. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Buzelis. Then Buzelis with the dunk.
Doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
And it's Gordon with the finish.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Outside ball. Clock at 4. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And it's White missing. Quick start for the Nuggets in this one. Pass to Jokic. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Jokic has got 8.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
Ball with a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And he's good on the second.
And Ball is such an effective two-way player. Takes smart shots on offense and really hustles on defense.
Here's Jokic. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. He's got 10.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Substitution for your Nuggets, DeAndre Jordan.
Bulls trail by 8. Pass to Vucevic. Bulls moving the ball around. And here is Ball. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
2 minutes remaining.
And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, "My potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say with what I had, I gave it my all, and that's all that success should be defined by." Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work.
Thanks, D.A. He is a worker and living the dream.
There is no doubt that ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
Gordon for three, and Vucevic pulls it down.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And a wide open look for Porter. That three off the mark. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Now here's White. No scoring in this one. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Denver grabs the miss. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Pass to Brown. Back to Murray. Jordan the screen. And it's Murray penetrating. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Denver Nuggets. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge, too.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game. Oh, smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Jokic inside. Outside Westbrook. And a foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Bulls trail by 4. Ball feeling it out a bit. And the 3 off target. So it's Denver now. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
So at Chicago now, the Nuggets getting the bucket. Vucevic lets the three fly.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Back to Jokic. Oh, threw it down, Nikola Jokic.
If you let Russ operate in the pick and roll, he will make quality decisions.
Pass to Vucevic. Over Jokic. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's big Nikola Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. They're leading by 8. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
And that one is good. And now it's a 12-point Nugget lead.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
Here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Buzelis. And it's Denver with the rebound. Murray with it. Now guarded by Ball. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside. Chicago again turning it over. Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run.
Just sensational form and touch on display from Porter. When he gets any room to shoot from deep, he's looking to fire.
Now here's White. Scoreless thus far. The Nuggets leading by 15. Pass to Jokic. A three ball. Another three for Denver.
Oh, how about the touch there? And there are a lot of bigs today who can impact the game on the perimeter. And I got to say, Jokic is up there with the best of them.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Baseline jumper. And Denver. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from three. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And they pick up two.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
From deep, Harden. Thunder with the rebound. the 17-footer. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task. Guys?
Thank you, David. Pass to Caruso. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Clippers. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander has length, has anticipation, makes a defensive play, and turns it into offense.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Harden outside. Back to Zubac. The teardrop falls in.
The more productive he is down low, the more minutes Zubac is going to get. That's just excellent execution and finish.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Outside Leonard. Launches a three. Hits the three-point bomb. Leonard's got 9.
This team relies on that shot from Kawhi.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Powell. He has yet to score, and Holmgren pulls it down.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. 6 points for him.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
It's Dort on the wing. There's 25 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And it's Harden with the ball for Los Angeles. 3-point lead. Bogdanovich wide open. No good on the three. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. He got it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He comes away with 11. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
And so Jones nails both of them. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Here's Caruso. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Caruso's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Simmons, poked away, and stolen by Wallace. Pass to Wiggins, and here is Wallace. And the layup's good off the glass. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
That's a big-time finish by Ben Simmons. With that frame, sometimes he makes that look easy.
Wallace misses. Simmons with it. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Driving inside.
Boy, Ben Simmons decides to put it on the deck. He is a dangerous driver.
Wallace looking for an opening. Down low. Here's Hartenstein. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Eubanks. Now Jones. Simmons inside. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Andrew Eubanks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander gets the three-pointer to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Zubac's no good. Wallace with the ball. Now guarded by Dunn. Now here's Wallace. Holmgren the screen. And stolen by Leonard. They're running. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Bogdanovich has got it all tied up now for the Clippers. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Over Harden. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter. And, Doris, what's amazing to me, if you look at Kawhi Leonard's production year to year, there's no drop-off.
There's certainly consistency to what Kawhi Leonard does. When he entered the league, he was a defensive force from the outset. And then he built methodically his offensive game. Free throws, post-game, and now range shooting. He is a complete basketball player.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Dunn. Connects from three-point range. Dunn's got himself on the board with 3 there. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first half. Los Angeles leading by 3. Harden outside. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Well, this is the basis of James Harden's game, right? That three-point accuracy opens up every other aspect of the floor and his scoring ability.
Holmgren. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Holmgren's got 6 points.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
And this is why Bogdanovich has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Here's Simmons. Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Here's Wallace to the paint. Joe in the corner. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Wallace misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Back to Eubanks. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
You can tell Simmons is a guy who, from the moment he picked up a basketball, has been a point guard by nature.
Back to Wallace. There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. A 3 ball. Sinks the three-pointer. Wallace has got 5.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
It's good from long range. Powell's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
This guy is always shot ready. Norman Powell's instincts as a scorer are exceptional.
It's time now to hear from our Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We've got the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. Picked by Anthony. Back to Iverson. Martin the screen. Shot clock at 5. Iverson with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic from 18 feet away. Iverson no good.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Los Angeles foul.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Foul.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release and elite score.
And both free throws good for Anthony. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Lakers. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Kevin, I did talk with George Karl a few minutes ago. Now, LeBron always #1 on the scouting report. Coach said on top of being a physically dominant player, he's like an extra coach on the court, able to control the game with his basketball IQ alone. Kevin, a big challenge to handle the mental challenge of LeBron James. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
Martin with some extra sizzle on that slam. That dude's just showing off now.
Inside. It's stolen by Anthony. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And finished off by Martin.
And this is Martin at his best, getting that deep position and putting on the hard hat there and attacking the rim.
Vanderbilt with the screen. Here's Doncic. Kenyon Martin comes up with the rebound.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Here's Doncic. That's short off the rim. Denver passing it around. Pass to Smith. And here is Anthony. James defending. It's Martin on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Anthony. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Hayes throws it down.
I like Doncic's willingness to share the ball. He wants to see other guys involved in producing.
Pass to Campbell. Anthony with it. To the paint. Here's Martin. And finished off by Martin.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now, here is Smith after Luka Doncic's miss. And it's Smith missing. On the wing, James. Pass to Vanderbilt. It's stolen by Smith. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Now Anthony. He's defended by Reeves. The shot by Anthony, no good. Lakers trail by 6. Vanderbilt's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
To the middle. Here's Martin. Anthony left side. A special move before the shot. Anthony's got 6 points.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
James. To the left wing. Vanderbilt with the screen. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Iverson. No one near Smith as he lets it go. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson.
And Smith loves pulling up from 3. Never scared to fire when he's out beyond. I'm shocked that it didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Iverson. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And that does it for the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action. For the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nuggets?
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Here's Connect. Banked in off the glass.
Going up strong inside. The rookie Connect doesn't hold back in the painted area.
Now here's Iverson. Glenn grabs the board. Lakers trail by 7. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Bangs home the trifecta.
Finney Smith doing what we've come to know he can do. Knock down that jumper with a smooth stroke.
To the inside. Down low. Kicks it out to Iverson. 6 to shoot. Out to the right wing. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And slam dunk by Nene.
Man, he just sees everything on the floor. Nice vision from Iverson to find the open man.
Here's Vincent. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Smith. He takes it in. And Smith with the stuff.
So skilled on the bounce. When Smith is in attack mode, this guy is difficult to slow down.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Doncic with it. Atkins grabs the miss. Here's Diawara. Pass to Nene. Here's Diawara. He's defended by Reeves. 5 to shoot. Here's Anthony. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. Trailing here by 8. On the wing, Reeves. Back to Finney-Smith. Pass to Reeves. The 3 for Doncic. And the rebound goes to Nene. Here's Nahara. And no good that time. Good D by LeBron. Lakers trail by 8. Doncic outside. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. There's a screen. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Doncic has got 6.
Doncic has a really nice feel for the court and the game. Able to control the tempo because of it.
Pass to Atkins. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here's the Lakers with the ball. 9-point game. James absorbing hits on the drive.
Yeah, so tenacious on the attack. LeBron isn't bothered by a little contact on that drive.
Pass to Nahara. Out to the wing. They set the pick. Out left to the wing. Here's Atkins. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Atkins has got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 50 threes a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. Pass to Nahara. Off target with his 3. Lakers trail by 9. LeBron outside. Second shot opportunity. Vanderbilt. And the shot goes down.
Well, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Atkins. 5 points in the game. Pass to Diawara. Here's Atkins. To the paint. Shot clock at 6. Rejected by Len. Now Finney-Smith. Connect with a wide open look. And we've reached halftime in this one. Nuggets ahead, up by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Lakers trail by 7. There's a good screen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Hayes throws it down.
Doncic knows he's the focal point of the defense, so really good to see him find the open man.
And here is Iverson. Here's Smith. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Smith's got 7 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Doncic outside. Doncic sticking it from way outside.
Savvy play call that time by Luka, creating some room for himself out there. Got some space, just what he needed.
Smith outside. Baseline J on the way. Vanderbilt with the rebound.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, that burst of speed. James may be the fastest guy in the league, and because of his size and speed, he's a force. He turns the Jets on.
And both free throws, good for James. Denver in the lead. Smith scanning the floor. Pass to Iverson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's the floater. The Lakers with the rebound. Here's James. James jackhammers it down.
And making it look easy. LeBron overwhelms the defense inside.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Campbell. It's Martin on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Lets it go from the wing. LeBron grabs the miss. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 9. James left side. On deep, Reeves. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Reeves has got the lead up to 3 now for the Lakers. Now, here is Smith. 7 points in the game. Iverson outside. In the corner, Smith with it. Martin the screen. LeBron with the block.
Love the defense from James. When he's engaged and focused, he can block some shots, folks.
For Denver, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. He misses the free throw.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. He doesn't get the second one.
And Martin seems to have his game face on all the time. Plays with a lot of ferocity. A high-flying forward who gets after it on defense.
Here's Len. Pass to Hachimura. Here he goes. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now, here's Hunter. Smith outside. On the wing, Iverson. Here's Martin. And finished off by Martin.
If you don't get a body on Martin, and when you don't get a body on him, he's wreaking havoc on that offensive glass.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Celtics making a change here. And here is Los Angeles now. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Inside. Here's Connect. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. The Nuggets trailed by 3. Pass to Iverson. Here's Atkins. Defended by Vincent. 6 on the shot clock. And the call will be against Gabe Vincent. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Martin. And Nene with the stuff.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Picked by Finney-Smith. High post shot. Pocket 6. Again, the miss by the Lakers. Iverson with the ball. For the lead. Ooh, offline. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Lakers ahead as they wrap up the third quarter on a 14-6 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Nuggets trail to the left side wing. Denver passing it around. Back to Martin to take the lead. Pass to Diawara. Anthony on the wing with the shot, and he nails that one right through the net. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
To the inside. Outside for Martin. No good on the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Reeves outside. James on the drive. And that one is off. Here's Denver now to the middle. Here's Anthony. Out of bounds. The Lakers will take possession. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Reeves outside. James looking around. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Anthony.
So physically powerful. A tough task to defend LeBron inside.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Denver?
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
Out to Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. LeBron with some nice D. The Lakers in the lead. Out to Doncic. Screen by James. Doncic with a strong move inside.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Pass to Atkins. Here's Anthony. Shoots over James. And again, Denver no good. Here's the screen. On the wing, Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Nene.
Luka with the crafty shot fake. Outstanding at tricking the defense.
And the Nuggets making a change here. All free throws good from Doncic.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Pass to Campbell. In the corner, Smith with it. Cutting the screen. Smith inside. It goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
Lakers leading by 5. And here's Reeves outside. It's the Phoenix Suns taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Hits it from three-point range. Wembanyama's got the first points up on the board for the Spurs. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Now here's Durant, following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. Over in the corner, Allen. Just 5 to shoot. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Off target with his 3. And the Spurs with possession. Wembanyama with it. Now guarded by Booker.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Pass to Durant. Back to Booker. "18 feet out." Yes, that goes in.
And that's that in-between distance for some guys. Booker showing how comfortable he is from the mid-range.
Here's Wembanyama. He has 5. Beal with the steal. Fast break, here come the Suns. And then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, the rangy athleticism of KD on display, stretching it out to throw that one down.
Pass to Wembanyama. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And here are the Suns now. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Outside Durant. The 15-footer. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
Anywhere Durant can find a shot, he can make a shot. That certainly includes the mid-range.
Pass to Wembanyama. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. They lead by 4. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Screen by O'Neal. Puts up a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside, Fox. And it's Vassell in the corner. Here's Bassi. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And here's Barnes for 3. Rebound by the Suns.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
To the middle. Dunn right side. Plumlee with the screen. 6 to shoot. And the shot goes in.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
It's Vassell on the wing. Oh, good with the triple. Here's the lob to the hoop. And stolen by Barnes. Here's Bassey. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Suns lead by 3. And the second quarter will...
16.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Suns?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And with this core of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. It can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well. And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And just maybe the quickest player in the league. Fox can get to the bucket at will. Better bring some help when he's driving.
Durant with a wide open look. Good. A nice assist from Booker. KD's got 12 in the game.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Outside Durant. So smooth on the 3 from Durant.
And for Durant, it's just that simple. Get the ball and shoot.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Beal drives in. Left side, KD. The layup missed.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
That one drops for him.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Yeah, and once you see that advantage from the sideline, you just want to yell at him to shoot the ball.
Oh, too easy for Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
KD's shot is good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Pass to Wembanyama. The rebound by KD. Suns leading by 6. Outside, Beal. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Beal's got himself on the board with 3 there. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, this summer we saw the NBA break up its draft into 2 days. The next idea, a bigger break between the draft and the start of free agency. The common thread is giving front offices more time to strategize around these highly consequential decision periods, the NBA calendar. Kevin?
Interesting, DA. Thank you. They set the pick. Pass to Castle. Plumlee with some nice D. Suns lead by 9. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Spurs trailed by 8. Pass to Castle. .34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Champagnie. And the 3 off target. .20 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside, Beal. Suns moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Beal's got 6 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Suns on top. They're up by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Durant inside. Lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Beal. Richards with it. Right side, Kevin Durant. Craig in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win. Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Outside Durant. Back to Beal. Fires the 3. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Beal's got 9 points.
Terrific response by Beal. This demonstrates what a competitor he is. Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
First personal foul.
90 seconds now into the second half. It's Fox with the drive. And it's Fox with the jam.
And one of the quickest players in basketball. Love watching Fox use that momentum to his advantage on the drive.
Elbow shot is on the way. And that one comes up a bit short. Wembanyama, that's for two. It's hauled in by the Suns. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Over in the corner, Allen picked his pocket. Right side, Fox. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. 12 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Nice work inside from the smaller Fox. So cunning and crafty around the rim.
Booker taking the hit.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom five defense to a top five defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Now Bol. 6 points for him. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Bol's got 8 points.
And, yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
Outside, Jones. As he pulls it in. Spurs trail by 8. Here's Wembanyama. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And he comes up with the deuce. 10 points for him. And the Spurs with possession. Wembanyama, a screen. Fires for three. The size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. 7-point differential. Pass to O'Neal. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Up and in on the layup.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Suns leading by 5. To the paint. Here's Bol. Nice move. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, he saw the height advantage he had and went right up with it. That's exactly what you want him to do there.
The Suns shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. There's 39 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Here's Castle. From deep. Unable to get that one. .20 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Outside, Beal. Phoenix, no good that time either. Here's Champagny. He has yet to score. From outside, off the mark. And so it's the Phoenix Suns holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Vassell with it. From outside the arc. The rebound by Richards. Suns lead by 8. Here's Durant. Using his length inside. Durant.
There's no limit to what KD can do scoring the basketball.
In the corner, it's Wembanyama. No good on the three. Now here's Allen. Pass to KD. From the stripe. Again, Phoenix. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down one, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Pass to Booker. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And once again, Coach, this storied San Antonio franchise is on the upswing.
It sure is, Kevin. Look, they've got a Hall of Fame coach and a potential Hall of Fame centerpiece to build a team around. They've got great talent evaluators in the front office. You can't ask for a better recipe for success.
An elite offensive threat. Booker continues to try and find ways to improve his game. Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Durant for 3. Sinks the triple. KD's got 14 points now in the second half.
KD could sit out there all day and nail threes if the defense lets him.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Wembanyama. And it's off from three-point range. Phoenix leading by 14. Booker outside. Back to Durant. Booker outside. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Snatched up. Outside for Beal. There's the 3. And it's Fox with the rebound. And the Spurs with possession. Wembanyama outside. Three-pointer. That doesn't go either for Wembanyama. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And the Suns lead by 16. Three-pointer. San Antonio again missing. And it's Phoenix's ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second.
times the badge progression.
You can find Chris Brickley's gym right here across from these palm trees in the city. Get over there and make the most of your build.
To be the most realistic basketball game, 2K brings in the best players around the world to mocap their moves.
Josh Okoye